We're going to open up with the Brother Carl tribute. Enjoy.
Let me show you how it all started. Brother Carl was created by the greats Marion and Claude Hardrick, born in Hartford. This is where he lived, the fourth of 12 children. This is what he did, graduated, educated, Bellevue Square raised. He stayed active in the affairs of the day. Met his love, Marilyn, they got married. Then love's unity, a family tree, uplifting the community.
As he grew up older, the good work, it did flow. For 50 years he fought for you, stop the gun smoke. Black Panther for people, and real change that we know. He teaches from heart, passing gems down all over.
Brother Carl's not new to this, he true to this. Directed the team in the community, renewing it. Leading the youth peace, teaching minority teens to entrepreneurialize and achieve their dreams. Was on the board of South Arsenal and the Women's League and the Neighborhood Collaborative in Upper Albany. A chairman, in fact, indeed a community leader today. Catch him down at Wilson Gray, YMCA.
City feeling prouder, cause some things are looking down now. There's a brother you can count on. Brother Carl came and showed the way. City feeling prouder, BC. Cause when things are looking down now, yes, sir. There's a brother you can count on. Brother Carl came and showed the way.
If there's a problem that needs to be solved, call Brother Carl, our neighborhood hero. Yeah, he does it all, like paving the way for the next generation. All that he does deserves admiration.
Even when it's the roughest, he got it covered. Beyond the public, did it for the people, not a budget. Stop and wonder what's the pieces to see what the city needed. From the mistreated, greeted them with something to believe in.
He's been hustling for a change, thunder in the rain, recovering from pain. Been a struggle, but nothing was in vain. Brother Carl, he's so humble and humane. He working hard to build a future full of love instead of hate. Now watch him demonstrate on how we can be great with problems on his plate. He's always making sure that all his people ate. We want peace, cause we don't got the time for no violence. Peace. And maybe that'll lock on your conscience.
City feeling prouder, cause some things are looking down now. There's a brother you can count on. Brother Carl came and showed the way. City feeling prouder, BC. Cause when things are looking down now, yes, sir. There's a brother you can count on. Brother Carl came and showed the way.
My connection really would certify when you say you're gonna help them. They're gonna call you 2 o'clock in the morning. The question is, are you gonna respond? So every time they called me, I was always there. Whether it was a school issue, whether it was a fight, because everybody falls. You know what I mean? The question is picking itself up.
City feeling prouder, cause some things are looking down now. There's a brother you can count on. Brother Carl came and showed the way. City feeling prouder, BC. Cause when things are looking down now, yes, sir. There's a brother you can count on. Brother Carl came and showed the way.
To me, Brother Carl is a superhero, cause he always saves the day.
Brother Carl, please stand up so we can give you a shout out here. Yeah. BC. Yay. Yeah.
Ask the rappers.
Okay.
Come up.
And all the rappers.
Come on.
Please come up. You did an awesome job. Every rapper, everybody that's here. Say your name. Say your name into the mic. Give him some love.
Where's Paige?
Where's Paige?
Paige upstairs doing the whole.
You want us just to say it into that mic?
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
Say your names. Oh, come over here. Here, use this one.
What's going on? Tang Sauce. Thank you.
I'm Kyle Young. Thank you.
Clockwise, thank you so much, y'all.
My name Hydro. Peace, Joe. Peace, Brother Carl.
Brother Carl, would you come up, please?
All right, Brother Carl.
Yeah. Give him a few words of encouragement. Okay.
What, I got an audio?
You got -1 minute.
don't know what to say. That said it all. But it's nice to see everybody's here to look at Joe's work. We go way back. And it just goes to show you can solve the problems in Hartford. We have to do it collectively. We're one family, and we just got to bring everybody together. One thing I said to people, you know, it's funny. I was walking through the graveyard, and I was looking at where I buried my grandson. And I said, you know, it's probably some of the most intelligent people in this grave because they took it with them. So the question is, what are we going to leave behind for our young folks? So we need to look at how we do things, how we bring other people up on what we do. They need that knowledge. They need that encouragement. They need to know how you got through it. And so I want to thank everybody. And Joe, you did a tremendous job, man. And I appreciate it. But we need to give this brother a hand. He's always struggling. And he never gave up. And that's what we got to tell our young people. We can't give up. We got to keep pushing forward. Thank you, Joe. Great job.
And one of the rappers is upstairs because she's busy doing her homework for her master's, so we'll excuse her. But she was one of the executive co-producers that helped put that together. So we want to give a shout out to Paige Young.
We want to start the evening out with prayer. I want to ask that you would bow your heads. God, we just thank you for this opportunity to come together, God, and we just thank you for Joe Young and all the work that he has done, God. We just thank you, God, for those who have participated, those who have sponsored, those who have given their time, God, to make this dream become a reality, God. God, we just speak on it tonight, and we just say that, God, we ask, God, that you would bless it, God, that right now in your gracious name, God, that this national launch, God, would be blessed and would touch the lives of people, God. We just thank you even for the history that's in this, God, and we just thank you for all that's going on behind the scenes, God, and we just thank you, God, because we know it shall be blessed, and we claim it, and we know it's already done. In your gracious name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Yolande Spears, and I'm Senior Vice President of Education here at the Bushnell and Community. And thank you. It is an honor, a pleasure, and it is amazing to have everybody here tonight. I am just so gratified that we have been working with Joe for years. I'm so happy with this new launch, and what a better place for it to happen than the Bushnell. So thank you, Joe. Thank you. I want to recognize many people in the room that are our Board of Ambassadors. And without me stumbling and making a mistake and forgetting I didn't say somebody's name, so I'll hear about it next week. If you're a Board of Ambassador, would you please stand? Donna, Joe, Rick, Greg, and Grace. Thank you. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, guys. These amazing people help us do a lot of the community relations work that we do in the community that people aren't aware of or that they don't know that we do. So I thought, instead of talking about that, I'd talk a little bit about Joe. I've known Joe at least 20 years, and I'm only 30. And so I made some notes to think about, so I wouldn't forget what I wanted to make sure you wanted you to know about Joe. One, his Diamond Rough project, the film that was here in our beautiful Mortensen Theater, 2,800 seats that packed it that night. We started Diamond Rough in this room. And I remember that Curtis was here who talked about it, who talked about how important it was to the community. And so that's just one item of what Joe has done. Joe is a master teaching artist for the Bushnell, and he's done work for us in the community in so many schools. We're in about 34 schools. We serve about 15,000 kids every year, where we bring amazing teaching artists into the community, into schools to make their curriculum come alive. And we know that there are so many little geniuses sitting in these classrooms that are bored. And the strategy and way that the teaching happens just doesn't work for them. And we have these amazing teachers that have been teaching for years that love these kids. A good teacher always wants their kids to succeed. But many of them know the way to do that is through creativity. And that's what we naturally do in terms of all of us naturally do that. So Joe has actually, as a master teaching artist, I went and did the numbers. And Joe has taught cartooning to over 8,000 students in Boston just for the Bushnell. That's a lot. I got to give a shout out to June Archer, who's got his June Archer School of the Arts. We're talking about June. Come on over, June. You know we got to get some things, do some things together, right? I meant come on over, kind of June, not quite yet. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, in 2020, during the pandemic, the Bushnell created a digital learning component, and we decided to name it Horace B, which is for Horace Bushnell, Horace B's Creative Classroom. Joe created the iconic cartoon that we use now in Horace B's Creative Classroom. It's digital learning, and now we're going to have Horace B being used by students throughout Connecticut. We're hoping to make it even go larger and national, and it's because of his creativity that Horace B is alive today. So thank you, June, for that. Joe, sorry, thank you, Joe, for that. The other thing that I want to talk about with Joe was that he was the producer for 10 of our digital learning series during the pandemic, because he also was featured in the cartoon episodes, and he is featured in our annual message, which should be on your seats. And I wanted to point out that for the section on education, Partners in Education, Joe Young and Carlos Hernandez Chavez, two of our ambassadors, are featured in our annual message. So please take a look and see all the wonderful work that they continue to do for us. So Joe, congratulations on Kemet, and congratulations to all of you that came to support him tonight. And let's get it kicking and popping with Kemet tonight. Thank you, guys.
Good evening again, everyone. I represent Joe Young Media, and a lot of people who you've been watching this evening with the lanyards on, they are also part of the team. So I would like for each one of them to wave, give a shout out. Please stand, please stand so that we can see you. Yeah. This is the Joe Young team that has been working with us for a number of years. And no matter what project we call them to work on, they're always there. And they're always willing to help out and to just ask, what can I do? So we're more like family. We're really not a team. We're really a family. And we feel that way about each other. So they are honored, along with me, to be here tonight, giving honor to Joe in collaboration with the Bushnell. And I cannot shout out Yolande enough and Kristen. They are awesome people to work with in putting this project together. And we have just been in sync the whole time. So I really want to shout out Kristen and Yolande too. Kristen, where are you? Because you kind of work behind the scenes, but people need to see you too as well. She may be out there working now, right? Okay. So this evening, we really are so grateful that you came out tonight. Kemet is something that's dear to all of our hearts, the team, and it gives us pleasure to really launch it tonight and really begin to share Kemet with the rest of the world. Kemet was birthed, I would say maybe about a year or so ago. And it came out of Joe's imagination. And I watched Kemet go through a transformation. This whole year, it's been a transformation. And I've oftentimes heard him say, there's something spiritual about this one. So I think Kemet is really one that's really very dear to his heart. And it's a great time. This is a great season to be sharing Black content. I think it came on the back of those who had to give up their lives, but Black content is really something that people are hungry for right now. They're thriving for it. They want more of it. And so this is a perfect time for Kemet to be birthed. And Kemet has a lot to share with the world. It is a spiritual walk because what I noticed is Kemet kind of changed and grew. I mean, sometimes I think about on the road to Damascus when Saul changed to Paul. I watched Kemet go from Ben 1776, and Joe can tell you more about that, until we changed the name to Kemet. And something about that name, when he first said, I'm going to rename it Kemet, I said, that one feels really good. And now I've watched since it's changed to Kemet, it's also taken on a different and a stronger purpose. And I think that purpose has to do with Joe's gift of sharing all that he knows with children. Like I said, this is a perfect time for Black content. And what we have started to do along the way is really try to educate young children about Black history. Because one of the things I think that is missing is they don't understand what they come from. They don't realize the resilience that they come from, the intelligence that they come from, the strength that they come from, the perseverance that they come from. And they really need to be made aware of it. So Joe came up with the idea, how can we share this with kids where they'll pay attention? And what better way than through cartoons? Kids love cartoons, comic books. And so we found a way to do that with the comic book, as well as with the activity sheets that we are now sharing with the whole country. Joe will tell you more about that. We're in maybe like 230 African American newspapers throughout the country, and they're giving us positive feedback. And we're also beginning to go international. We now have contracted with Liberia, Liberian Observer, I believe. So now we have friends in Liberia. So Joe is he had the right vision. This project, Kemet, is going to be a household name, and I see it coming, and I see it happening. So right now, I just really want all of you, I know we have children in the audience, but let's all, for a second, get on the time machine and go back in time and kind of really become that little kid that's inside of you and be ready for a great evening tonight, because I think they filled it with a lot of fun things, interesting things, not just talking heads, but really fun and interesting things to listen to and to hear. So we're going to share all of that with you in a few moments. I'm going to turn it over to June Archer, who is another giant in his own rights. June is an accomplished entertainer, an accomplished musician. He's an accomplished author, an influencer, motivational speaker. I was sitting in the office the other day with June and Joe, and it occurred to me as I was watching them interact, I said, wow, one giant interacting with the other. And it made me think of how iron sharpens iron. I was listening to them compliment each other, support each other, encourage each other. And it seems like they would come to each other's aid whenever they needed to. And June is here tonight. So I'm going to turn it over to June right now. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. No, we got to do better than that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I needed to hear it loud and strong because this is my house right here. This building, this room right here. I was just talking to Miss Yolanda about it. I was the first event in this room, in this side of the building in 2001. And the longest running promoter of Hot Chocolate Soul. So, and I only mention that because, Joe, you are one of the reasons why you are one of my heroes who, when you were drawing cartoons and we were in those streets trying to sing and dance with mic stands and everyone's driveway and in the parks, you were the one who inspired us to continue to dream. So this day, even though we didn't see it coming, we were already on that path. So thank you so very much and continued success to you. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a great time tonight. I got to start out by, we have a couple of videos that we're going to show. So Kyle, let's go.
Good evening. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Christina.
and we're part of Valorian Productions. Unfortunately, we were unable to make Joe's event tonight.
But it's been such a pleasure getting to work with Joe on the Kemet project, and we'd like to congratulate Joe and his team on the launch of Kemet, the animated project for Juneteenth of 2022.
Best wishes, Joe.
Thank you.
You can give it up. Come on, we can give it up. Come on. We want a lot of energy in here this evening. All right. Another shout out coming.
Hey, Joe. I was John Gray in Diamond Rough and Mike Marino in The Big Shot. Would it kill you to give me another role? In real life, I play the role of Jeffrey Dressler. But tonight, we're all sharing and celebrating the marvelosity of Joe Young. His credo is life, liberty, and the pursuit of purpose. And his purpose is to teach kids to find theirs. And he does it with a magical, theatrical, enlightening, Black historical sense of identity. Through Kemet, Joe has created the algorithm to teach all of us a story of which we are all a part of. An interesting way of teaching Black history to all preschool and elementary school kids, don't you think? Joe, continued success to you as you never fail to share your successes. Love you, man.
And Joe, we have a message from your sister Bernadette. Kyle.
Hi, this is Bernadette Janice, Thelma from Good Times, and I want to tell my friend Joe that I'm really sorry that I can't be there for the launching of Kemet, the Time Traveler, which I know is going to be very successful. And Joe, I wish you all the luck in the world, and I hope it's very, very successful for you. I love you, and I'll be at the next one.
Nice. A lot of love, Joe, a lot of love. So right now I'd like to introduce Miss Tasha Jones. Tasha is a rare and wonderful artist that strikes a balance in a world so often lopsided. She has the soul of Nikki Giovanni draped in the haute couture fashions of a runway model. Jones is a student of life and a teacher of lessons. On stage, she tells stories of her life. And in doing so, she tells stories of all women, a story of love, loss, and life. She offers a perspective, poignancy, and insight in her writing that allows men to see themselves through her work and women to see themselves in her work as well. She proves herself to be simultaneously what women are and what they aspire to be. Once you've experienced her for yourself, you will feel better, wiser, and enriched by it. Tasha Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. First things first, I'm blackety black, black. I'm blackety black, black. I'm blackety black, black. First things first, I'm blackety black, black. I'm blackety black, black. I'm blackety black, black. We've been here before. We went from pyramids to plantations, to projects, to penitentiaries. And you think America got love for we? We went from pyramids to plantations, to projects, to penitentiaries. And you think America want to see us free? I was born at 8'10", died, revived, and born again, with fight in my blood, storm and rain, war and sin. Then again, I am the statistic that the government enlisted for prison, with standardized testing, repeated helpings of failure through public school systems. The projects projected only one would erect from city streets, swap meets, generations of derelicts, let alone from a mother who birthed 13 and a mother's mother who bore the exact same thing. Let's not forget Prince Charming, whose abuse has substance, longed for peace but served a country that lacked justice. Point, infiltrated veins, molested blood, relaxed the complexity of pain, which left me to logically believe that if time heals, the incarceration system is doing the dang thing. Now, if we could bypass the root of plausible evolution, it would be safe to say that I was born in confusion, subjugated to the media's illusions of who I be. Which leads me to the point: rocks, water, and leaves. Follow me to the good book where people are metaphors for trees and peace is found in the stillness of streams. Follow me to the good book where the end is known in the beginning and the beginning is known in the end, and those who pains us most is either our family or our friends. Lead me beside the still waters and watch the branches on fertile trees fall like leaves because of the season. And there you will see my pop of ages rocking the congregation of these city streets with the solid rock of the coca leaf. May I borrow a line, please? My dad rocks. No, really, my dad rocks. Sometimes in his weed. Sometimes he melts it, but it makes his arms bleed. Beep, beep, beep. Reverse what you heard. The natural herb could no longer satisfy the need. Cocaine baptized the weed, and the audacity of hope tried to make my pop believe he could stop. Cain killed Abel. Now what about that verse was forgot? Watch how the system depicts the second hand when you hit a tick of a time bomb stuck in a pit of a habit trying to quit. This is the last time, baby, I'll be there, I won't forget. This is the last time, daughter, I'll be there, I won't forget. This is the last time, baby, I sold the ring for the hit. This is the last time. God help him. He's sick. No one knows who's in control, depending on the stroll, the rhythm, the catch, the chase, the smack, the look, the feel, the taste. See what the childhood remembers? The wounds of the past is brought to the present figure. The man has become a nigger. The preacher has turned into a pimp. Black Panther has been infiltrated by the government. The sun fell off its axis trying to orbit, traveling 135 miles per second and still falling, and we him hawing with prison. I wish they could privatize the addiction. Then we can rehabilitate the illness when it duplicates in form of cellmates. Are you listening? Water, rocks, leaves, drowns the minds of insecurities. Bathe the cheeks, wash the feet, weep at the Garden of Gethsemane. Can I get a witness? Well, let me hear you speak, because if you don't cry out, then a rock will cry out, and I don't want no rocks crying out for me. If you don't cry out, then a rock will cry out, and I don't want no rocks crying out for me. We went from pyramids to plantations to projects to penitentiaries. And you think America want to see us free? We went from pyramids, plantations, projects, penitentiaries. First things first, I'm blackity black, black, blackity black.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tasha Jones. I love it. I love it. I'm blackity black, black. That's dope. Couple of shout outs. John Wolfson, successful attorney and executive producer of the PEP movie. Pep, sorry. I know Pep too. Where's John? John, you here? All right, John, good evening. Thank you for coming. Makita Mays Green, VP of Nickelodeon, Digital Consumer Insights, and Viacom, CBS. Miss Makita, are you here? Thank you for coming. And I have to say, Makita brought her family. They come all the way from Stanford, and her son is celebrating his birthday. So happy birthday to that young man. I think he's 17 years old today. Stand up, young sir. Hey, Joe, I think he could play the older Kemet when it's come to TV. Yeah, I think. I'm casting him right now. Come on up. Come on up, young man. Come see Joe. Come on over to Joe real quick. Take a look. Happy birthday, young man.
It's in his hands.
It's in his hands.
It's in your hands.
All right.
Happy birthday.
And another shout out, David G, CT's top Gear, David Gear. I didn't know what it was, so I just said G. Sometimes you guys gotta put the little, you know what I mean, the oomph on it, you know. I'm good to give somebody a nickname too. All right. David Gear, CT's top film producer with movies distributed by Lionsgate, Netflix, and others. Stand up. Wow. See, we got some folks in here tonight. So make sure before you leave, as COVID safe as possible, make sure you rub an elbow, shake a hand, give a hug, introduce yourself, and build another friendship or relationship, all right? So right now, we want to introduce you to Kemet. Ladies and gentlemen, Kemet. Cue the lights.
My name is Kemet. In 1771, when I was age 5, life was of great happiness and peace. I was in paradise in my homeland of Zusa in Africa. My parents told me I was chosen by the gods of Kemet to lead souls to find their divine purpose. I was called Prince Kemet. My father was King Zusa, a strong, uncompromising African, leader of the Zusa people. My mother, Queen Mayela, was a sage and an artist. One day, life changed and darkness came to the Zusa people. Foreign ships came to our land. We never saw such vessels of beauty and advancement. My mother was skeptical and knew all ships weren't good ships. She felt in her spirit danger was lurking for the Zusa people and gave me the Sankofa bed she made of crystal. The bed's head was facing backwards with an egg in its mouth. She said the egg symbolizes the future. It looks backwards, so it is reminded of the past to understand his presence and secure a successful future. I was captured by slave catchers and traveled through the horrific Middle Passage for 82 days. I was then brought to America and became a slave. I refused to believe I was a slave and ran away from the plantation. I fled north and met an inventor, Benjamin Penneker, and we built a time machine named Sankofa 82. My mission is to inspire young people in the future and show them how to overcome life challenges by studying Black excellence through the ages.
And that was the voice of Kemet. Now, I think it's super powerful when there's no graphic, there's no image for you to look at, but you just listen to the voice of that young man and how powerful it is. So, Joe, thank you for giving us that. And right now, we'd like to take some time to do some Black History trivia. Willie Pep. Anybody in the house know about Mr. Pep? So if you didn't box, then I promise you, you're going to be inspired by this. So, little history. The Pep movie celebrates Harvard's own boxing champ. Was recently filmed in Connecticut. A good friend of mine, John Scully, was a part of this. What a great black fighter. And was his nemesis. What great black fighter was his nemesis? Does anybody know?
Raise your hand. Who was his nemesis? What great black fighter?
What great black fighter was his nemesis? Hydro, you're a boxer, so that you don't count.
Nope.
Joe Lewis, no.
Nope. Nope. Who? Somebody said. Sandy Savin. We got a gift for you. Repeat it. Give him a gift.
All right, all right.
Sandy Savin.
You could give it up for that person. All right, all right.
That's Blue from there, 6
Couple more shout outs. This young lady is an amazing young lady, a good friend of mine and sister, Miss Francine Austin. Please give it up. President of Francine Entertainment and Marketing. All right, sis, I see you. Donna Collins, executive producer of the Pet movie, responsible for UConn basketball on TV, and the driving force behind the household Barney character and TV series. So please, Miss Donna Collins, stand up. And I'm gonna squeeze another one in there. We did honor him earlier, but please give it up one more time for brother Carl. Carl Hardwick, community activist. BC. So right now, I'd like to introduce some other special guests. Mr. Mark Scheinberg. Mark, would you come up and say some words? All right. Come on, Mark Scheinberg, ladies and gentlemen.
I have to tell you, I am really humbled and honored to be able to just have a small part of this event tonight. It was only almost 40 years ago that Joe and I first met above the second floor of the Sand Building over on Kent Street. He was doing his work and I was doing an ESL program with what eventually became Goodwin College and then Goodwin University. And we were really young and innocent and had lots of energy and kept on putting one foot in front of the other. Joe is a pretty amazing guy. When we see each other nowadays, we see each other like people who went to high school or college together see each other because we knew each other long before we had any of the letters after our name or the resume that you hide behind. And so we know each other that way, and it's always like the first day that we saw each other again. I want to say that Joe doesn't draw with his hands. He draws with his heart. And it's an amazing thing that he has been able to transform so many lives because he does it for all the right reasons. He does it because he loves people. He does it because he loves the next generation. He does it because this community means something to him. And so I'm proud to call him a friend and a mentor. And we've carried each other at different times throughout this long career that we both have. And Joe, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
One more time for Mark Scheinberg, who I just was told that he has acquired the University of Bridgeport. So congratulations, sir. All right, so we're gonna cut to a video of Will Covington. Kyle, take it away.
I'm Will Covington of Inferno Music Group, and I wish Joe, who is a friend and also a business partner, a great success with his national launching of Kemet, his character. And also, I will be helping him with doing music for Kemet film projects. Thank you.
And we have a video from Sagar and Den Tut for Joe. If I could please have Miss Joanne Price come on up and say a few words. Please give it up for the wonderful and beautiful Miss Joanne Price.
Good evening, everyone. I have to say that when you meet a man's family, you meet the real person. And in this particular case, when I had the opportunity to meet Joe Young's family, in a way where you saw their talent, you saw their pride, you saw their love for their father, a wife's love for her husband. And I have to say that that says more about a person than almost anything else that you can say. And so I just want to say that to the family, how appreciative I was that I had that opportunity to meet and interact with you. I met Joe Young when I first came to Hartford to found the company Fairview Capital. And he was I don't know if he was in the beginning of his career, but he certainly was building his career. And I recommended him to the YMCA so that he would have the opportunity to do some of the work that they so greatly needed. And I did not really know actually what had happened. And he told me later that he was able to really build a significant presence in the Y as a result of it. And so when we get an opportunity as a people to support each other and to be able to demonstrate the talent that we so naturally have, it's important that each one of us do that. There is nothing actually more important than for us to support each other. And when we fail to do that because we're focused on ourselves, we take away from all that can be accomplished by each and every one of us. Now, I want to say this about Joe Young. He doesn't actually ask permission very well. He pretty much does what he determines he wants to do, and he informs you later, and sometimes much later. And that is the case with this particular honor. Honored that I am, and I really am, but I have to tell you that I did not know that I was part of the series until about a month ago. So I want to thank Joe Young because he is bold as well. And when you talk about success and building success, you have to be able to lean in. You have to be bold and you have to take risk. So it is my honor to be able to be a part of the Joe Young story, albeit a small part. But Joe, congratulations to you and all that you're doing. And congratulations to the wonderful, wonderful family that Joe Young has.
Thank you, Ms. Joanne. And I have to say, Ms. Price is someone who is so giving, so loving of her community. And tonight is a fundraiser. There are a couple of things going on in the lobby, and I have to say, Ms. Price, thank you. I know you have been a supporter of the June Archer School of Arts, and you are supporting us. So when you are blessed, you are supposed to be a blessing to someone else. So, Joe, I'm going to donate $100 tonight out of my own pocket for what you're doing to raise money. So thank you for doing this. Thank you, Ms. Price, as well. So if you can, please, when you're out in the lobby, please look at some of the things that are going on. Make a donation. Tonight is about Joe and Kemet, but it's also about making sure that we support the dreams and aspirations of those around us. So one more time for Mark and Miss Joanne. I'd like to bring up Miss Sandra Weaver along to come and say a few words.
What an honor it is for me to be here for this national launch of Kemet. I am a founding member of the National Association of Black Journalists. And, thank you. And I just learned of Kemet and Joe Young in March, but I want to tell you the story behind that because I am so excited that Kemet is going to have a voice. And everyone here I know is just as excited as I am. And I want to start out by saying we need Kemet's voice in today's world. That voice of a 10-year-old Black boy who is trying to make a difference is going to help change the world. So we are very happy that you are doing this. When we started the National Association of Black Journalists in 1975, I can't believe that, but December 12th is actually our 46th anniversary, so it's coming up. It was to advocate for more Black voices in the media at all levels. There were very few Black reporters. There were hardly any Black editors in the country. Just a few pioneering Black journalists who were able to make it in what's considered legacy media, white media. But there was also Black newspapers. And Black newspapers are what we're recording our history and making a difference. We started NABJ with 44 people. Today we have over 4,000 members, and we're continuing to grow, to thrive, to bring in young people to tell the stories of our community. Kemet is the voice of possibilities, of hope, of dreams, of Black excellence. When I learned of Joe and Kemet, he had applied for a grant that the NABJ program was overseeing. It was a Black Press grant, and it was we were giving out grants of up to $10,000 for stories that people would work on about how COVID-19 was affecting the Black community and education. We gave out 29 applications, so it was a lot of work. But I was very intrigued when I saw Joe's application. You know, as a group of journalists, we think, oh, news stories and a traditional story in a newspaper, story on television, maybe a digital story. But his application said that he wanted to tell a story by using focusing on the best practices in stopping the spread of COVID in children. I liked it. I thought it was very unique, it was different, and this was something that I wanted to see NABJ fund. So I had a committee of people that I would always present with the applications that I thought were worth doing, and I presented his. And they hesitated, and they said, well, is he going to follow CDC guidelines? Is he going to do the research? And I went back, looked at his application, and I said, yes, he is. You know, I'm stepping out, I'm taking a risk, but I believe that he would do this. And I was right. So his research showed it was presented in a way to reach children, a different voice, and it's a voice that we need. It can't always be the voices of adults talking to children. We need voices of young people talking to each other. Those voices often make a difference. And what also struck me was he was going to have the activity sheets for children circulated in media here in Connecticut, and he hoped to reach 60,000 readers. That makes a big difference. And that's what your application said. Excuse me, I had all my little notes, and I'm old school, so I don't have it on the phone. I still wrote it all down. But that's the way I roll, so. So I have a lot of respect for the researchers who worked with him. He had a very accurate presentation. And then a few months later, I took another job with NABJ. And this is sort of going full circle for me to be able to work with NABJ, an organization that I founded, coming back to it after a career in newspapers. And this time, I'm now director of content for a new website that NABJ hopes to launch pretty soon, I hope. We've been working on it for almost a year, and it's called NABJ Black News and Views. And the idea behind this website is to provide information about the Black community, told mostly through voices of Black journalists, through a Black lens, telling our stories ourselves and not letting someone else define that narrative for us, but us telling that story at all levels. So when I took that job, I still wanted, thank you. I still wanted to have different voices of people from all ages who tell stories in different ways. And I thought about Joe. and I thought about Kemet, and I called and I said, I would like for you to be involved in some of the projects that we're doing. So October, we did something on breast cancer awareness. And the focus was to really look at how breast cancer was affecting Black people, to Black men, Black women, triple negative breast cancer. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you may have a family member who's been impacted, and it's really affecting our community. But he designed, and his researchers came up with activity sheets to tell the story about breast cancer to other children. And that helps them understand health is important in our community. November 11th, we honor our veterans. And again, we looked at Black veterans, and Kemet is part of that package as well. And we're now going into the holidays, and Kemet will be there talking about Kwanzaa. So we will be collaborating into 2022. When the website launches publicly, Kemet will be there. So I am very excited that Kemet is going to be part of it. We'll have, our relationship will continue to grow and build, but he will be part of the NABJ family as well as your family here in Connecticut. I'm glad that that you made that initial application. That's what got us going. And when I talk with my news team, they're like, oh, Kemet's going to be there. So I think today, so we have, when I talked about this, I also had someone do a story about the launch, which was posted on the website. Unfortunately, it's still not public, but I did send Joe the link so he could take a look at the story and all of the activity sheets that he created talking about COVID, breast cancer awareness, all of those activity sheets are on that link. So hopefully we can share that with some of you. It won't be the entire site, but we can share what Kemet has done. So I'm just excited about it. And my last point, I just want to say we need Kemet to raise the voice of Black excellence, to talk about social justice, to talk about Black history, to build bridges among people, and to change the world. That's what Kemet is going to do. So congratulations to you again, Joe. I am thrilled to be working with you, and thank you for bringing Kemet to everyone.
One more time from Miss Sandra Long Weaver. She traveled all the way here from Tennessee. So welcome to the city of Hartford and the state of Connecticut. We appreciate you. And speaking of NABJ, I want to shout out Brother Lou Brown, who was a street correspondent here, the first Black young man and a member, still a member. All right, give it up for Lou Brown. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. A special shout out to another mentor of ours and guru, Mr. Curtis Robinson and his beautiful wife, successful entrepreneur, developer, and philanthropist. Please give it up for Curtis Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Cruz Jr., where are you? Where's Anthony Cruz? Saw him earlier? All right, so shout out to Anthony. He has excelled in Joe's Kemet summer program, so we want to congratulate him for going through the program and doing well. My brother Howard Hill. Where's brother Howard Hill? Howard, stand up, brother. Howard Hill is the entrepreneur and founder of the Howard K. Hill Funeral Services. So we want to appreciate him for being here. And as we're getting the next slide going, I'll say another shout out. Adrian Jefferson, Director of Cultural Affairs for the City of New Haven. Adrian? All right, sister, I see you. All right, hey, all right. All right, so now we're going to cut to a video, ladies and gentlemen.
I always had the power. power.
All right. All right. And right now we're going to watch a video from Brother Ron Burke, a greeting for Joe.
Hi, my name is Ron Burke. I'm the Director of Advertising and Marketing for the Washington Informer newspaper in Washington, D.C., or I should say the Washington Informer media company in Washington, D.C. And we have started using the Kemet activity sheets in our paper each week and have gotten very, very good feedback from our readers. I'm also the Director of Sales and Business Development for NNPA, the National Newspapers Publishers Association, which is 230 African American owned publications across the country. And we reach about 20 million readers each and every week. We're in talks to use to make the activity sheets available to all 230 of our publications, and we expect that to happen very, very soon. So thank you and have a very, very good event. And I'm sorry I couldn't be with you in person.
One more time for Ron Burke. So right now we're going to switch gears a little bit. I'm going to bring up the man of the hour. Please give it up. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Joe Young, ladies and gentlemen. Have a seat, Joe. Have a seat.
Thank you. I just want to thank you.
You guys could do better than that. Come on.
Yeah, thank you. I want to thank so many people. Don't want to forget, we have my wife, Teresa. Teresa, I appreciate all your years of support. You know the struggle. And all my children and all the different speakers. But we're going to speed up a little bit because we're a little behind schedule. We have a special treat, June. We have an award. We're giving it to, you can zoom him in, a young man. You might have seen him on the Underground on Amazon. Did you guys say The Harder They Fall, the opening scene? Chase Dillon, Emmy nominated actors with you. Here's Chase Dillon.
Ladies and
zooming
gentlemen,
in.
Chase Dillon.
Hey, Dillon, how you doing? Where are you at?
I'm in Atlanta right now.
What are you doing?
I can't see you guys, but
Okay. What are you doing in Atlanta, Chase?
I'm filming a major movie in Atlanta with Tiffany Haddish, Owen Wilson, Lakeith Stanfield, Rosario Dawson.
Right. That's a Disney movie, right? Disney movie. Right here out of Connecticut. And Chase, we got a special Kemet Excellence Award, Time Travel Award, and you can't see, but we're going to present it. I'm going to ask Yvonne Davis from Davis Communication to come up. All right? And this is the award.
Hi, baby.
Hey, Auntie. Okay, I can see y'all now.
Okay.
Behind you.
Baby, look. Can you see it? Where you can? Okay, this is for you. This is for you.
Stephen Merzan from the Harvard Film Commission. You come up.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You want to say something from the commission, Steve?
Hi, Chase. Congratulations on this beautiful award. We love you.
All right. Thank you, Steve. All right, Chase, we appreciate it. Let us know, you're a hometown hero, man, so we're here to support you. And thanks for zooming in.
If you don't mind, I would like to say a few words.
Yes, yep. And we got another special guest waiting after you.
Okay. I'll be quick. Okay. Well, my name is Chase W. Dillon. I'm glad to see all of you, and I'm glad to be on Zoom. And not only are we celebrating me, we're celebrating you, Joe. So thank you so much. And so it first started when I was 6 years old that I met you with my mom, through my auntie Yvonne, and you were working on the NK5 group, and I was like their biggest fan, my 7-year-old self, biggest fan, and I went to almost every one of their shows. And but yeah, so I couldn't be here in person but I had to come on and congratulate you. And that congratulate you on this new animated character, Kemet. And before I continue, though, I do want to pay tribute to Motown and R&B legend Smokey Robinson, that's also on Zoom, who spoke before me once. And we met at Curtis Robinson's golf tournament. I remember that well. A couple years back, and followed him on the golf cart. Didn't golf, just rode on the golf cart. I love it. And and Kemet is, Kemet means black land of ancient Egypt that has so much meaning. And Kemet is all about our history, our identity, our royalty, and also our power. And your cartoon character takes us back in time and forward in time. And, you know, I've been thinking about this. I have a question. What made you pick a Black Canadian born inventor and engineer, Elijah McCoy, to tell the story about Kemet? And did you know that he had 57 U.S. patents? That's a lot.
Yeah, no. We highlight a lot of people in Black history in the comic books. We have Elijah McCoy, we have Benjamin Banneker, but we want to highlight a lot of unknown Blacks who've paved the way too. We have Elijah McCoy, we have Benjamin Banneker, but we want to highlight a lot of unknown Blacks who've paved the way too.
Well, you know, reconnecting with the motherland, Africa's what's up.
Hey, Chase, now you got some films coming out too, right? You got some films on the way?
Yes, I have a lot of, I'm just going through auditions and callbacks at the moment.
Right.
But I am coming out with my own film.
That's right. And you're going to shoot some in Hartford. We're with the commission. You can't come to Hartford. You have to come to Hartford. You got to come to Hartford. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm almost officially a director and writer.
Excellent.
An actor and producer.
So, hey, Chase, I got a question for you. I know you have a wide range of talent. My question is, can you do an African accent, Prince Kemet? Uh-oh.
Well, yes. I did have to do a few roles that requires African accents.
Okay.
It does need a little bit of perfection, but I can do it. Yeah.
Well, you missed with Joanne Price, and I'm bold, so I'm already thinking 2 steps ahead. Hey, but Chase, we love you, man. Hartford, Connecticut. We're proud of you, and you're putting us on the map, brother.
Thanks for having me on this. I'm so honored to take this award. I have my auntie there because sadly I couldn't be there.
Yep.
But I'll when I come back to Connecticut, we'll work some stuff out.
All right, and I'll be flying out there to see you soon. I'll be flying out to Atlanta. All right, brother. Love you. All right. We got a special treat for you. We have the man who helped start Motown. There he is, guys. Hey, Smokey.
Hey, Joe, how you doing, man?
Good, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
We have one of your biggest fans, Curtis Robinson, in the audience.
Oh, boy, that's my brother.
And Sheila's with us, too.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Smokey, appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. We want to show the Black American animation that we worked on. It is so powerful, and this is a private screening, and want to know what inspired the poem.
What inspired the poem for me, Joe, is the fact that I resent being called an African American. And I resent that because of the fact that the poem explains that. Because I was born here in the United States, and my people have fought and died, and everything else for this land. And when we go back and start calling ourselves African American, then that means that we're claiming Africa. And, one of the few places I've never been on this planet is Africa. Okay, so I'm an American, and our people have died and been lynched and everything else and paid to be called Americans. So if we go back and start calling ourselves African Americans, then we're disavowing our American heritage as far as I'm concerned. So I don't want anybody to call me that. I'm black. I'm a black American, and I was born here, and that's my heritage. And like I said, I don't have anything against Africa. It's just the fact that I'm not an African American. I'm an American American. So that's why.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Smokey. Thank you. Let's give him a round of applause for that. Smokey, what's amazing about you? You seem to reinvent yourselves. How many of you guys seen him on Lifetime a couple days ago on a Lifetime Christmas movie? Did he do a great job? Now, Smokey, you got an album coming out too, right?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I'm actually working on two of them at the same time. I'm working on one in English and one in Spanish. And the one in English should be ready by the first of the year. And I'm very excited about it. It's new material, of course, but I went old school on it. I recorded at the same time that the musicians did in the studio. We had a recording. We had a great time, like doing it live or something. So I'm very excited about it.
All right, because we want to support that here in Connecticut, that song. Also, Smokey, with this animation that we're doing, we think we have a powerful piece. We want to put it in festivals. Where would you like to see this animation go?
I would like to see it go everywhere,
Okay.
Joe. I really would, and I'm very happy that you're directing it at our youth and at young people, so that they can at least have another opinion on whether or not they want to be called African American. So, but I would like for you to put it everywhere, of course.
Okay. Well, we're going to need your help for that as well. Smokey, what's next for you after this? Is there a biopic in the works? We'd love to see a biopic of you.
There's a biopic in the works. In fact, the guy, his name is Mark Davis, and he and I just finished the first draft of the script about a week ago. So that's in the works, and I'm very excited about that. And it should be coming out the first part of next year, I hope.
Okay, and we also have Mark Scheinberg in the audience. He brought you in last year and gave you an honorary degree. So Mark is with us, Mark Scheinberg.
How you doing, Mark?
Yeah, so, we're not going to hold you, Smokey. We know that you're busy. We're going to show the video, and we're going to be talking to you soon.
Okay, Joe. Thank you very much, man.
Okay.
And everyone there, thank you guys very much.
All right, God bless you.
Hey, Curtis, somebody call me, man.
He said, call him. You want to say something to him, Curtis? Oh, we love him. I'm sorry. He signed off. Okay, Kyle. Oh, okay, but Curtis wants to say something.
Hey, Smoke, how you doing, baby?
I'm good, baby. How you doing? How you feeling, man?
Hey, good. I'm getting better, man. I fell off that horse, man. Hey, look, someone called me up the other day, and they started a documentary, and they said your great-grandfather, my great-grandfather was brothers. They're both from East St. Louis, and left there and went to Tennessee, and from Tennessee to Alabama. So, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, but that, man, that's beautiful. Man.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I do too, because I need some money, Smoke.
We gotta say that we're brothers.
All right.
We are brothers. I love you, man.
I love you more. Okay, talk to you later. I'll call you.
Thank you, Smokey. God bless you.
One more time for Smokey Robinson, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Joe, I think it's so cool you're creating a Juneteenth animation Kemet film.
Thank you, Kalia, the intern.
Mr. Joe, it sounds like a lot of work and a lot of money. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Mr. Joe, I'll just cut to the chase. I'm sure the people in the audience want to know too. How much money will the film cost?
Good question, Kalia the intern. I'm producing a high-quality half-hour animated film. It costs a lot of money. Did you know some of the half-hour animated shows on TV can cost $1 million? It costs a lot because a lot of skilled people are involved in producing it.
Okay, but you didn't answer my question. How much money is the Kemet animation?
About $250,000.
Whoa! That's a big number, Mr. Joe. How are you going to pull it off? Do you have a plan?
Yes, Kalia, the intern, I have a plan. This is how myself and team are going to do it. First, tonight's event will help provide seed money to start it off. Then I will raise the money through 4 categories. 25% through donations, 25% through sponsorships, 25% through a percentage from the arts workshops I conduct for schools and organizations, and 25% through grants.
Mr. Joe, it sounds like you have it all figured out. I believe you can do it. But you forgot the most important category.
I did, Kalia the intern? I don't think I did. What category?
Prayer, Mr. Joe. Prayer.
You're 100% right, Kalia the intern. Prayer is the most important category. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh yeah, one more thing, Mr. Joe.
I'm afraid to ask, Kalia the intern. What is it?
For me, giving you that crucial advice about prayer, I think you owe me a voiceover part in the animation. I won't accept anything but a lead part.
You're too much, Kalia the intern. Isn't it past your bedtime?
Very nice, very nice. A couple of more shout outs and recognitions. Mark Thompson, all purpose producers. Mark, you still here? Stand up, Mark. Roger Bennett, Joe's CPA from the Bennett and Company. Roger left. It's probably past his bedtime. Paul Hollis, president of Peak Mountain Advisors and seen in Forbes magazine. Paul, you here? I think he left too. They probably were left together. So, Diane Lewis, are you here, Diane? I think Diane's hiding as well. Diane is leading the charge that created legislation that allows the public to make free calls in Connecticut to the correctional facilities. So thank you, sister. Miss Janice Fleming, community activist, influencer, and lobbyist. Janice, you here? Silent, okay. Leal Saez, did I have that right? The first City of Hartford flow artist. All right, sister. Jimmy Moore is an author by way of Philadelphia. Jimmy around? No? And last but not least, a good friend of mine, he's younger than me, Mr. John Motley. John Motley, where are you? There he is. There he is. There he is. All right. So I think we have a closing animation, but before we do that, Joe, I want you to come up really quickly. I got 2 questions for you. Have a seat. Have a seat.
I need a mic.
You should have one right over here. You can take this one. I think you're stealing microphones, Joe. I think you should have a seat. I don't have an extra mic, so
Yep.
I'm just gonna stay over here. We're not gonna do the Oprah thing.
Yep.
But congratulations on Kemet. Let me ask you this, Joe. What is the end game for Kemet? Where would you like to see Kemet live?
Well, what we're going to do, again, we're in 230 black newspapers. We're going to continue to do the comic books. We're going to do this Juneteenth animation for next year. Then we work on a series, and we then put in live action film. And a lot's going to be produced right here in Hartford, Connecticut.
I love it. You got to give it up to Joe on that.
Yeah. But John, I just wanted to thank everybody here. I thanked some people before, but again, the family. The Paige, she's down here. My daughter Paige. Paige, why don't you come up here? Paige wrote. We co-wrote one of the comic books that you see out there. Believe. Come here, Paige, so they can see you.
Come on, Paige.
She's a songwriter. And couldn't do it without her. And she's an influencer with millions of views on YouTube. So love you, Paige. And I just want to, just thank you. And again, my son Johnny. Where's Johnny at? Johnny, he was in the music. They call him Tang. And my son Kyle came from LA. He's up till 5, 6 in the morning with me doing stuff. And just, all the beautiful people who've helped me. Joanne, I don't know what to say. I just don't. We joke a lot, but I don't know what to say. Curtis Robinson, you believed in me a long time. During my most, when I did Diamond Rough, it's probably the most difficult time in my life, and you were there for me, Curtis. I won't forget that. And I think this is the big one, Curtis. And Sheila, I appreciate behind every great man's a strong woman. Thank you, Teresa, too. And personally, I want to just thank everybody. And Leroy Bailey, he's going to be associate producer. He's helping to do this project. We're doing some films. Thank you, Leroy, for being here. And Sandra, she came all the way from Tennessee to be with us. She believes in it. So we're going to do some things. But I just want to thank everybody. But one of the most important things I'm doing now, I know you see the different things, is I went back to school. I dropped out of school to raise Kyle. So I dropped out, and I just had a high school diploma, and I met with Mark Scheinberg. And Mark said, Joe, why don't you come to Goodwin and finish what you started? He knew they used to call me the fisherman because all my grades below sea level. So since I've been at Goodwin, I've got my associates, got my bachelor's, and now I'm working on my master's because of this man. Let's give Mark Scheinberg. He helps so many people. So many. I'm going to give Mark, and it's just homeless people. I want to give this man a round of applause. He touches so many people. Mark told me, I said, Mark, and he just acquired University of Bridgeport. And I said, Mark, what's your secret? I'm trying to learn. Lou Brown's with us. I said, Lou, how do you do it, Mark? I wanted to know. I wanted to know what your formula. And Joe, and he's cut from your same stone. Mark simply told me, Joe, it's odd. The more I help people, the more it comes to me. That's it. Mark Scheinberg said that. And he's blessed. And if you're having problems with your children, trying to get them to school, think about Goodwin. But there's a major college called Bridgeport University. And they have open doors for everyone. So think about the University of Bridgeport. Mark, God bless you. Mark made me, this is the biggest title I ever had. I'm the vice chair of the Board of Trustees for the University of Bridgeport. And my job, again, is to any young person who wants to get an education, my goal, but I do have a chocolate agenda. Because we need that extra push. So thank you, Mark. All right. And just everyone. And I hope I didn't forget it. And there's so much Black history in the room. Is Bill Costin with us?
His wife is
Linda here. Her husband is the first Black air balloon pilot in the country. It's just so so much in this room. And David Gear over here, he's going to be doing some great urban films coming to Hartford. Thank you for being here, David Gear. And I got to shout out my team, but I also want to shout out a young lady. She came to me with this idea about some birds 3 years ago called the Weaver birds. And she said, Joe, can you help me do an animated movie? I said, that's very difficult. I can't even do it myself yet. I said, just hang around. And she's hung around for 3 years. She's a senior producer. She's up in the middle of the night. Look at her as just, just a special, special person. And she is so blessed. And Rabina, none of this would happen. Stand up, Rabina. We couldn't do this. And we call her in the office, her daughter-in-law called her Spitfire. So we call her Spitfire in the office. And where's Q? Q's been with me for a long time. Q's been with me. How many years has it been, Q? Yeah, I think since you and Terrence went to the Harlem Stay, I think was... All right, June, I'm sorry. But I love everybody and just... And who? Oh yes, Roxanne and she'll be with us. Yep, yeah, definitely. And so just everybody. And where's Makeda? Where are you at, Makeda?
Makita Mason.
Makeda, come up here real quick. You gotta. While she's coming up here, Donna Collins, we love you, executive producer Pep. And you need to show us how you did that Barney magic, because Kemet needs that Barney magic on it. Makeda, why don't you say something? You come down to Hartford. And what do you do?
Wow, thank you so much. One, I just want to say congratulations to you, Joe. I am blown away by the tremendous effort, the passion, and the talent that you have just accumulated and passed on to all of us in this room, but to a nation of people. So huge congratulations. Please give him another round of applause, everyone. It is really, really not just a pleasure, but an honor to be here. I am Makita Mays Green. I'm the Vice President of Digital Consumer Insights at Nickelodeon. And I was that young girl who looked at the screen and didn't see myself. And so when I look at what you're doing, and I look at my 3 children here, Journey, Javon, and Brandon, knowing that you're giving not only them, but kids around this country, around the world, an opportunity to see themselves means the world to me. It means the world to all of us. I cannot wait to be in touch with you. I'm already brainstorming, like, what can we do? Can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do that? There's so many things. The sky is the limit for you. Thank you so much. It is an honor. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. How many of you guys love to see Kemet at Nickelodeon? Okay, no problem. And this man, June Archer, my brother, I love you. June introduced me. June. And people don't know June is a king. He's an icon. He's got a partnership with 50 Cent. He's humble, but he's one of the first artists to have a major recording deal in Connecticut. You know, June, so love you. And I'm going to let you close the show.
I appreciate you. One more time for Joe, please. Come on, you could do better than that. Come on. Come on. Yes. Come on, Joe. Yes, Joe. Yes, Joe. So we're going to do the auction and the silent auction here. But where's Greg Davis? I want to shout him out as well. Greg, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you. Leslie Gomez, photographer extraordinaire and entrepreneur, her husband. For the silent auction bid, we raised $500. And that goes to Mark Scheinberg. All right. Thank you, Mark. So you win that basket. And now we have tickets to Stomp here at the Bushnell Theater. Some great seats. Oh, man, this is awesome. Friday, May 27th, 2022. So, Ms. Robina, why don't you come up and pick the winner here? I'm going to shake this up a little bit. Shake this up. You guys, you have your tickets out? You have your tickets out? Brother Carl, you got your ticket out? Get your ticket ready. John Motley, get your ticket ready. Joanne, you got your ticket ready? The lucky winner is 361 8901. 361 8901. Going once, going twice. All right, let's pick another one. Okay, see what we got here. 361 8886. Come on up. Come on up. So it says here, Greg, the winner of these tickets has to go on stage and stomp. No, I'm just. Congratulations, brother. I'm gonna put that right in here because you might want to play that number tomorrow. Just play it, but I want 20% though. The best attorneys in Connecticut? Really? What? Give it up, Greg Davis, the best attorney. I need an attorney. I don't know what for, but I'm certain I'm gonna need one at some point. I'm hoping that they say when you get successful, people sue you. So I'm hoping I'm gonna need you soon. I want to be very successful, and I'm hoping people will sue me. Say you make it when people sue you, right? I'm just telling you what they told me. We have another what oh, Mark's Basket. Okay, we have 2 bottles of wine, some posters, T-shirts, and looks like some envelopes here. But I'm thinking I may have to try one of these wines, Mark, and I'll get back to you on what it tastes like, and then you could go ahead and buy the bottle that was in here. No, all right. You tell me what it tastes like then. Congratulations one more time for Mark for winning that, and you ready? Okay, so
Let me just say something real quick.
there you go.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to show.
You got
It's live. We're going to show a closing video. It's only about 1 minute, but you always forget these things. And by my side, always been my sister, my twin sister, Janice. Janice. She's the one that named me the fisherman. Okay, and I wouldn't be here with a young lady who passed at 53 who told me never to give up. And she passed November 30th. And that's my mother, Lily Mae Young. And that's who we're honoring tonight. But we're going to show this, Kemet, and then June, you can take it away after the video. Yep, thank you. Is June doing a good job? Okay, let's see the video. Kemet's going to say something, and June will close it out.
Kemet here. I hope you enjoyed my creator, Joe Young, and his team's national launch of me. We are going to need all the beautiful, smart, and hardworking people in this room to make me a big star so that I can help people win by learning about Juneteenth and stories of Black excellence. I really need your support to do this. Hartford, one of the greatest cities on the planet. See you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, one more time for Joe Young and his team. All of the amazing people who came up to speak, Mark, Joanne, Miss Sandra. Please, whatever you do, before you walk out these doors, make sure you hug someone, tell them you love them, even if you only met them for the first time. Please support Joe and what he's doing. And if I can, I want to bring up Pastor Bailey. Can you come up and just give us a couple of words before we head out?
Francine just gave me an order.
Francine, you get. All right. I don't see why not. Does anyone have a question? Francine, would you like to?
Yeah, come up, Francine. Just come up, Francine.
Yeah,
she always trying to push somebody to come up. You come up.
Nah, nice try. Joe, you stay right there. Joe, you stay right there. I'll come right out. Come on now. Here we go. Yeah, ask a quick question.
Okay. Well, I guess seeing that I did start it. But I'm just so proud of Joe right now. I mean, just always. But more importantly, I thought it would be a great opportunity to ask you a question for those who are entrepreneurs, but also creatives. How do you manage that balance? How do you balance that? Because sometimes it's a challenge to be a creative and live in that space and not allow the business acumen to come across and kind of, you kind of lose your mojo a little bit when you start having to deal with all the business. How do you handle that type of balance?
Well, it's very difficult. You lose a lot too, but you can create balance. What you got to do is find people who have balance, like some of the people in the front row that you're sitting with and how they do it, and study how Joanne and Mark and Carl and Curtis and how you guys do it. But I think the main thing is, I used to say, follow your passion, it takes care of itself. What you really got to follow is your purpose that God gave you, and the rest takes care of itself. But it is difficult. And then when you achieve a certain amount of success, no one does it alone. Anytime I hear somebody say, I did it on my own or whatever, I say, you need a team. You need a team of loyal people who can help you. And once they come inside and they see you're human too, you make mistakes. You want people who can see through that, not just because of the accolades and the resume. But you gotta have a Walmart state of mind where you got to be system based. For instance, Joanne, she has thousands of employees. She's one person. She understands how to create a system and an infrastructure. And I think that's so important. And just have good people like Sandra around and different people like that to help you where you got to go. All right. And any other questions?
We have one right over here.
Yes. Hydro.
Hey.
I remember, man.
Guys.
We go way back, man.
We do. Charter Oak.
Yep.
Back at that YMCA.
Yep.
I had a twofold question for you.
Yep.
I've watched you since I was a young boy, but now this last year and a half, 2 years, I've gotten to see you even more up close in all that you do. So my question for you, at a young age, you inspired me to be creative, and June gave me platforms and a place to showcase that. So who inspired you and who brought you out?
I've got to go back to my mother. She told me I could do anything I wanted to do. And my father, he's consistency. And so, just people you see, people today I see. John Johnson, the publisher of Ebony Magazine, I've read his autobiography, Succeeding Odds, many times. But then I might see a post by Diane Lewis and inspired as much as John Johnson. So every day I see inspiration, my kids. So, and just reading stories of success and people who overcome and who are in touch with humanity. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, we got Willie Brody in the back. Oh, I thought Willie wanted to say something. Oh, we have Giselle with us. Giselle, yes, entrepreneur. Yes. Yeah, because. But Giselle, before you go on, I was in the basement. Karen Lewis pulled me out of sand. Let's give Karen Lewis a round of applause. Karen pulled me out of sand. Brought me to sand. But go ahead, Giselle.
My question, I only just found out, which is part of my reason for going to Atlanta. A friend of mine who is African relocated to Atlanta.
Yep.
And he reached out to me to connect me with an organization in Atlanta that helps female veterans
Yep.
get check, because I've been out for some years and I ain't getting my check for my PTSD and MST, right?
Yep.
So while I was doing my 4-hour-long intake, I found out that as a result of my being graduating from Hartford Public School System, right, Brother Kyle? Woo-hoo! I was able to leave Hartford Public School System,
Yep.
go into the military, and be the only distinguished honor graduate out of a class of 42.
Wow.
This all just came together when I did that 4-hour-long intake, that I left here to go into the military.
Yep.
Somewhat, okay, I came
Yep.
career. So my question to you is, how would someone such as myself, because I was listening to this lovely woman here, share about the importance of young people speaking to young people and empowering other young people. Well, how would someone in my position who would like to be able to take my experience as a young person, although I'm an adult now, seeing our young people and what they're experiencing in our community, right? Being able to take what we've experienced and somehow interject that into what you're doing with Kemet. Did anybody catch what
Yeah. No, I got you 100%. The good thing is we have programming with Kemet. And we're also doing stuff with the Brother Carl Institute where you can channel some of that information and we can transform it into comic art. So just stay close with what we're doing, if that makes sense. Thank you. Yep, we have a question, Greg Davis. Yes. You could do it through, if you know of any grants that are out there, if you know any school systems who want the comic book, we have a curriculum, we do training, because I take a % of that and throw it right into it. Also, if you like to make a donation, if you want to be an associate producer or producer, you can pay for a title. And your name will live legendary. And then, or if you want to make a donation, we're working with Barack 501c3 to do programming through that. Whatever support you want to give. I think I covered in sponsorships. We have the numbers, we have the data. Being in 250 newspapers, so we have the data to get sponsorship. And I got to shout Dudley out from Amna's, who's been supporting us. Go to Amna's in Bloomfield. They have some great food at Amna's. Appreciate your support, Dudley. Okay, and Carlos, thank you, Carlos. We sit together on the Roberts board, the Artists of Color board. Stand up, Carlos. I got to recognize you. He's known all over the world as a musician and an artist. If you go to City Hall, you see his murals. Thank you. And we've been at the Bushel for 25 years. Yep. And if I forgot, we have a scientist with us. Where's Jay? Shinso, is she still with us? Jay? Okay, all right, so we're gonna wrap it up. But I do need your support. If you have any fundraising ideas, let us know. But we're gonna get this Juneteenth comic made. And please support, give a donation, buy some books, and just stay in contact with us. If you wanna join our team and volunteer, let us know. June, take it away.
Brother Bailey, take us out of here.
What a beautiful evening it is tonight. I just want to say before Joe leads and we leave tonight that this is a room filled of people who are blessed. And Joe has put so much out for our community and for those. And we do not want him to empty his tank without us putting back into that tank. And so we need to do whatever we can to support what he's doing and the projects that we're doing. So as we leave, we want to pray our way out. So if you bow your heads once more. God, we just thank you for this time, God, and we just thank you for this gathering of friends, family, and those who have supported Joe. We don't take it lightly that he has given the gifts that you've given him and the talents, God, to make a change in this world. So we speak right now that impact shall happen, God. We speak that his life will be blessed, God. We speak that the projects that come from his heart, God, and that you have given him, God, will prosper. And we speak favor, God, not only for himself, but for the community in this world for change, God. So we just thank you in advance, God. We thank you for all those who have supported on this evening, all those who will support in the future, God. We just thank you for your grace and your mercy upon us, God. In your gracious name we pray. Amen.
Thank you guys for coming out. God bless you. Good night.